Second C. Once you commit, you got to have the second key, which is courage. You got to have the courage to follow through with your commitment. Hey, it's great to commit. You have an internal feeling inside you says, yes. And then all of a sudden you get in front of the fire and you go, right? That's when courage comes up, right? You made the commitment now. The only way that commitment's going to continue is if you have enough courage to get yourself back in state, right? Courage means, according to the dictionary, to be able to conquer fear or despair. Isn't that interesting? See, most people just think of conquering fear. Courage is the ability to conquer fear or despair. It also says bravery or valor. So you got to be brave enough to follow through with a commitment. Because see, once you say that you're going to sell 20 tickets, and what's happened is 4 days have gone by and you got 2 left, then it takes a thing called courage to make sure you keep your commitment. Because courage means you got to be willing to go out and have people be able to say no to you and ignore it and say, I'm not willing to accept that. What I really want to do is fill your needs. See, you got to have enough courage to follow through. You got to have enough courage that no matter what fear you have about approaching somebody, it's okay to have the fear. There's nothing wrong with the feeling. The key is, what are you going to do with it? See, Jerry West, I was talking to him. You know what Jerry West? Jerry West was motivated by fear. I said, what drove you most? He said, fear. I was afraid we were going to lose. But see, he converted fear into a positive emotion, because what he did is every time he was afraid, he became incredibly precise. It was that fear drove him into a genius state where he was called Mr. Clutch. Right? Because when he was afraid, he says, I was always afraid. He says, I was afraid this happened, that happened. He says, as soon as I was afraid, boy, I focused. What he said is fear drove him into a state of total congruency. Isn't that neat? Use it however you want, but have enough courage to convert fear or despair or disappointment. So you got to learn to discipline your disappointment. If it doesn't work, then you try something else. But if you allow the disappointment to take you over, it's over. You got to have courage.